Almost slipped there.
You wouldn't be the first, I'd wager. It's been some time since these walkways felt the carpenter's hammer.
You gonna catch me if I eat a brig?
With my reflexes, I'd catch you before you so much as stubbed a toe.
We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul?
Little from the field. What news inside?
General Ketheric's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
If it's an audience she desires, an audience let us provide.
In her name.
Praise the Absolute. We are favored. We are blessed.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
The blessed will conquer all.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlach, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
Karlach. Who is Flo?
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me.
If she rears her head, we'll handle her.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. What did she want, anyway?
She came dressed as a novice, gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? Those could come in handy.
Let's have the soul coins then.
Sure. But she did have a condition. For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. Do you want the coins or not?
Fine. Get on with it then.
First coin's got the soul of a woman named Mavery. She was born to a cruel mother and a violent father and 3 evil brothers, all named Balder. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate, struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
That's a sad story indeed.
We're just getting started. This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
We'll put his coin to good use. He'll help us get rid the realms of people like Zariel.
Whatever you need to tell yourself. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ongir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins after the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
Not right now.
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, true soul?
New face? We've met before, at the Goblin Camp.
Of course. Just before some godless lunatic purged the place of every innocent soul. A pity neither of us saw what happened.
Really? You saw nothing at all?
Nothing worth repeating. Corpses don't much go in for commerce. Here, though, look around. All manner of beasties united against the enemies of the Absolute. Quite a god to bring them all together, and quite a fool who'd draw their ire.
You were rather quick to find your faith.
All who pass through here find their way to the Absolute, one way or another. How painful the path is, well, that's up to them.
Z'rell is holding an audience with the General, deciding the fate of those who have failed the Absolute.
I will not be slandered! General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my fault.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What?
You scrag!
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers.
Yes. No!
You blame the Absolute's Chosen for your failure.
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
Z'rell's mind is a steel trap, but you cautiously ease your way in. You just need to shift her focus a little.
I'm being unkind. Anyone might have struggled with such imperfect tools. Goblins are prone to failure.
Yes. It's the goblins' fault. They failed you, General. Not me.
General?
Take Minthara below. Someone will have to consider her fate.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess.
And the goblins, General?
You, true soul. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies, isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You know I'm loyal! Tell him!
Enough! True soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause. I saw the horrors they committed in the Absolute's name.
Thank you! I'm glad someone noticed.
I'm sure they were very enthusiastic. But zeal without efficacy is for children, not servants. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them quickly.
What? No!
You creaking old bag of shit!
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again. Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. You have far more important matters to attend to. Or have you forgotten?
Of course not, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake!
I'll give you a fair chance. Fight me. You either die, or you kill me, and you're free to go.
Oh, crap! You're gonna enjoy this, ain't ya?
Let's go see Zarel. And mind you don't slip in the goblin gut.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn more about his power.
From this seat, Ketheric defied gods and raised an army for the Absolute. It is not particularly comfortable.
Good back support, but a little too tyrannical for my tastes.
Evil overlordship isn't your look.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, true soul.
Ah, is this hallucinogenic? Araj O'Blordra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make.
Let's hear about this special offer of yours.
Put plainly, I'd like your blood. A vial of true soul's blood, specifically. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
And what exactly are you planning to do with your share?
Research, naturally. We Oblodras are simply curious by nature.
You realize why the name rings familiar. House Oblodra was purged a century ago by an alliance of rival drow houses. Among the many crimes tallied against them, their reckless experimentation with illithid breeding stock.
It's not true soul blood you want. It's illithid tainted blood.
Blessed by the Absolute, but not blinded by it. Now I simply must study you. The beings you speak of have no use for gods, and yet here we stand in a church of their making. Unless they are not the makers, but simply the means, wouldn't that be a secret worth knowing? So let me adjust my offer. Your blood and your silence, in exchange for the potions I mention, and a tidy pile of gold besides.
What kind of potion can you make?
No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together,
All right, let's do it.
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. A little pain for a lot of gold. And there we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well. And if I may, would you have a moment to discuss another more personal matter? Truth be told, I heard tell of your coming before you arrived. Ketheric's dogs prowl far and wide round the tower. I know you travel with a delightful Nightwalker in your retinue. Please, I have a proposal for him. I will reward you both, handsomely.
My vampiric friend? What kind of proposal?
I will speak of it when he is here, not before. But it will be to your advantage. I promise.
Sure, I can bring him here.
I must prepare myself for his arrival. I never thought I'd see one in real life. I read about your kind for so many years, but you are a finer specimen than any bestiary could describe. You're really a vampire. At least one of their spawn.
Oh, don't worry. We're all friends under the Absolute. I won't bite.
Oh, I'd prefer if you did. And he's yours to command. My envy is palpable.
Excuse me? He's his own person.
I'm sure he really believes that. How utterly adorable. Do you have a name, Spawn?
Astarion, but hold on.
Good. Now, Astarion. I've dreamt of being bitten by a vampire since I was a young girl.
I'm sorry, you want to be bitten?
To feel your life's blood slipping away. To dance on the edge between life and death. Yes, I want it. I'll even compensate you. A potion of legendary power that forever increases the strength of the one who consumes it. It's not for sale, but it's yours if you bite me.
I will have to decline.
Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and you're squandering it.
I gave you my answer.
Can't you talk some sense into your obstinate charge?
I am surprised, Astarion. I thought you'd jump at a chance like this.
I'm sorry, but could you excuse us a moment? Are you actually asking me to do this? Trading me for some potion? Because there's something wrong with her blood. I can smell it from here. It's rank.
What do you mean? What's wrong with her blood?
I can't say. It just smells wrong. Unnatural. Drinking it wouldn't kill me, but it would not be pleasant.
I don't have all day, true soul.
Don't do anything you don't want to.
All right. Thank you. It's still a no, I'm afraid.
How very disappointing.
Thank you. I appreciated that.
A moment, true soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you?
Barnabas?
I've shown Barnabas a kinder way. A kinder name is only fitting. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better.
I thought the Absolute accepted us all as we are.
She gathers many threads for her design, but it is still her design. And Barnabas has found his place in it. Observe. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do?
You decide.
The prayer, I think. Barnabas struggles with civilized speech, but he's been practicing.
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
Soul. No, Barnabas! We talked about this.
They battle silently for a long moment, the gnoll's heart drumming with strain. Then all at once, his heart stops.
Oh, Barnabas. I'm so sorry, me darling. Oh, he isn't the first to die. Her love is simply too much for some. I hope you will fare better when your time comes.
You almost make this audience sound dangerous.
You ascend the tower as a true soul, and return as something more. If you return at all.
Hey, what's on your mind, Astarion? You seemed a million miles away just then.
Huh? Oh, I was just pondering that heart of yours. There were times I would have been thrilled if everyone who put their hands on me burst into flames.
I'd trade you if I could.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciple Z'rell?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins, tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. Tongues of psychic flame lap at the memory of the goblins dying by your hand.
I see you like to handle underlings physically. So do I.
A waste of my time. I didn't come here to clean up other people's mistakes.
Your confidence is delicious. I can see why the Absolute might be hungry to dig deeper into that mind of yours. I certainly am.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
Caution. Hesitation. You fear power even when it's offered freely. Would you waste the Absolute's gifts as well? I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
Show me the power she gave you.
Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought. But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
I live to serve. What do I need to do?
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, Disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home.
You said you lost contact. What do you mean?
And I accompanied him. It was destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry.
What if Balthazar's dead?
Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters.
What exactly was this relic he was sent to retrieve?
It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
Understood. I'm ready to head out.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
I've heard that those lucky few come back changed.
You are already changed, true soul. Hearing her voice is what brought you here. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Her words are diplomatic, but her face betrays her true feelings. Utter contempt for you and all your kind.
Disciple Zrel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
Your tadpole grasps at nothing. She carries no parasite, but you've spent too long reading people not to see what's behind her eyes. Scorn, stark behind her mask of deference.
As you see, true soul, there is so much more for you to learn.
Where are my smelling salts?
Typical necromancer's abode. Spectacularly disgusting. Requests from the next caravan. Any works by Mordenkainen must catch up on current events. No Volo, better a century of ignorance. I have redirected some materials from beneath the tower. I plan to simply raise what forces I need inside the mausoleum itself, but the general prefers that no more of his family crypts be disturbed. Even so, I may have no choice. The temple will not surrender the Night Song easily, and the general's invulnerability depends on it. My dark goddess. When I lost my daughter, I learned my purpose. My dark goddess. I gathered the flock. My dark goddess. I punished the wicked. My dark goddess. I am yours. Ketheric, faithful to his patrons until misfortune strikes.
Stand, soldier. These are the general's private quarters. Wait. Something in your scent is familiar. Do you take me for a teething pup? Get that out of my face. Though whichever whelp owns that thing smells happy, safe. I've not scented such a thing since I was flesh. Since my master brought me back, this place smells wrong. His family is gone, replaced by bootlickers and beasts. You are neither. So tell me true. What is your purpose here?
I only want to stop the Absolute.
I protect my master. What becomes of his master, I care not. Pass, then, but I will be watching.
My scent seemed to trigger a memory in you. What was it?
Not your scent. Selûnite magic on your skin. The general once smelled that way when his daughter still lived. I died the same night she did, my master says, trying to protect her. I do not remember, but he brought me back. I will not fail him again.
Would it be all right if I gave you a scratch?
You'd be the first of the general's soldiers brave enough to try. All right, that's enough.
What's that?
A letter from Ketheric's wife.
My darling husband, I know my time is drawing near. I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave our little girl. But I'm not writing to lament our lot. It's ours, and no others. Though the city of judgment is dark, I know Our Lady's light will find me even there. I will see her shining spires, and walk the silver gardens we've both dreamt of. I go to my reward, and leave quite a task to you yet, my heart. Selûne's light shines bright in our little one, but she will need a guide to keep on her path. I have no doubt that she will keep you on yours. It is the same path, Our Lady's path, and one day I know it will bring you both back to me. Only, not too soon, I hope. I won't say goodbye. There is no loss, only temporary separation. How I love you. Forever, Melodia.
Why, that's almost beautiful. Imagine what she'd think if she saw him now.
Seemed Thorm's wife loved him deeply. Perhaps he was even a good man once.
Balthazar, I thank you for returning what was mine, and have no doubt all will be well once the war is won. After that, I believe our business will be concluded. A different life, a better life awaits. General Ketheric Thorn. Plans to infect the Drow, Duergar, and Goblin elites. And a letter from Lord Gortash about the search for our artifact.
Melodia Thorn, loving mother, beloved wife. Her light will never be forgotten.
My darling daughter, when you were a little girl, I would often watch you play with your dolls and your cousins and picture myself a silvery shield protecting you. Though the healers say I may pass into the City of Judgment soon, know this, darling daughter. I am always around you. I am always with you. And the Moon Maiden will never allow you to bear a burden you cannot carry. I love you forever. A love that has no death. Mama.
Minthara's still locked in the cells below Moonrise. We should go back for her.
It is impossible to keep a garment clean down here.
Be a dear and strike me deaf. Our guests are especially sobby today.
You were adored, Minthara. Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
She cherished you, but it wasn't enough. You were distracted by your own desires.
Bloodlust, murder, chaos.
And most damning of all, an inability to follow orders.
I obeyed to the best of my ability!
And isn't that depressing?
You are nothing.
Minthara's mind connects with yours. Not strong as you remember it, but fractured, disintegrating.
Come to observe, true soul. She is a lesson. None can rise so high that they cannot fall again.
What are you doing to her?
We are erasing her.
Is this really wise? She's a valuable asset.
Willful, though. But you are right. Whatever is useful, we will leave intact.
None of you will break me!
Wrong!
I've been instructed to handle this prisoner myself.
No, this is our duty.
Peace, sister. Let us observe the true soul's methods. Perhaps we can learn from them. Her mind is yours. Break it.
Immediately, your mind is swept into a greater vortex. A psionic storm with Minthara at its center.
Cannot hide, submit, embrace.
Her torturers are not dominating her. They are destroying her mental defenses and exposing her to something else. The Absolute. Navigating the storm, you reach the nexus of her mind. It is a wound, bleeding raw emotion and shattered memories. But she senses your arrival.
So it is you who will end me. Make it swift, then. Anything to silence that thing. That voice.
I have a plan. Fake obedience, and the guards will leave without raising the alarm.
I would prefer to make these bastards bleed. But I trust that you speak from caution rather than cowardice. I will put my faith in you and pretend to be their slave.
Her mind fills with warmth, and she gently releases you.
Is it done? I did not feel her mind break.
Look at her. The true soul Minthara you knew is gone.
She does look a little vacant, sister.
No more anger. No more doubt. She is perfect. We ought to return to our posts, sister. There'll be plenty more prisoners to practice on.
ill thing to let an enemy show their back and live.
Let it go. You can plot your revenge once we're free.
Prudent. Let us go, then. I will be your mute and faithful slave. For now.
Minthara is supposed to be in a cell. You have some explaining to do.
I think she serves rather well as my personal servant, don't you?
The guard is happy to let you pass. Minthara is rather less happy about your choice of words.
All's well here. The cargo from below has already been taken to the docks.
Enjoy the view. This feels like it'd stretch all the way to the Sea of Swords on a clear day. If this place ever gets a clear day.
I'm afraid you missed the ship, Trousseau, but there'll be another along soon enough. We're already stacking the cargo.
Where are the ships heading?
Baldur's Gate. The army marches overland, but we sent some friends ahead to smooth the way.
What cargo are they bringing?
Nothing of note, just supplies for the battle ahead. I've already checked it twice over.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
The cargo's important. Another look can't do any harm.
Right you are, I suppose. Check away.
A wave of sick familiarity radiates from one barrel amidst the cargo. Tadpoles, sleeping and scarcely aware, but echoing yours 100-fold.
Look at all those tads! Enough to make an army of absolutists.
A pattern of blank minds newly born. They carry only a bare shred of memory, inherited from something older. A sleep of centuries. The birth and destruction of a settlement above forming only background noise to the dream, until something descended down into the darkness, and the dreamer awoke.
These tadpoles come from an ancient colony down below the tower. Whatever we do with them, we must deny their use to the Absolute.
We will destroy them when we return.
I last left Moonrise as a commander in the Absolute's army, obeying the voice of a god. I thought I had found a home and a purpose. Now I leave as an exile. But you risked your life to rescue me. For that, I am grateful.
The artifact connects with her, pulling your minds together and showing her all that you have seen. The prism, your dream visitor, the protection that keeps you from obeying the Absolute and becoming a Lithid. She knows it all in a moment. Her mind reels, but is no longer clouded. She accepts the truth. She has no choice.
There is much we must discuss. Do you have a safe place to camp nearby?
I'll mark it on the map.
Goodbye for now. I will see you soon.
It's time to free Wulbren and the Tieflings.
Cover your nose by the cells. Those gnomes smell like labor.
5 true souls sent for an audience?
And not a single one came back down from the tower top. Must have been unworthy.
There's something evil here. Below. Down.
Let me guess. The Absolute is the only way. Don't bother. Why don't you and Zev...
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for Disciple Balthazar's attention only.
I have permission from Balthazar. Ask him.
Your association with Disciple Balthazar inspires respect and a touch of fear. You are free to speak to the prisoners.
You want to help? The gnomes couple cells down are up to something, and we're in.
Get us out of here, before the necromancer comes back. Please.
There must be a way out of here. Please. I don't want to end up on some necromancer's slab.
Hey. You're in the grove, right? Please, have you seen Bex? Dark hair, golden eyes. Is she in another cell? Is she all right?
She's at last light in with the others. She's safe.
She got away. Oh, thank the gods! Thank you. I was sure the curse. Look, tell her to go to Baldur's Gate. I'll meet her there.
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly?
I'm here to help you escape.
Huh. And why would you be so inclined?
Barkus told me you were here and asked me to help.
Barkus is out here? Didn't think he had the stones. Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. You're a damn wolf among sheep, aren't you? I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wulbren.
I'm Estrella. Pleasure to meet you.
We've got a plan, for us and the Tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools. That head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdor, make sure a guard doesn't see you, or we're both done for.
You spark of the familiar. Do I know you, true soul? Perhaps not. Your face is rather bland. Regardless, know this. I am the warden. The prisoners are my charges, and I answer to Disciple Balthazar himself. Stay on my good side.
I'm looking for a particular prisoner, Duke Ravengard.
He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care.
By the way, your face is pretty bland too.
My face might be bland, but yours? It is now carved into my memory. Forever.
Korlak?
Your feet fly fast, my friend. Any luck with those tools?
Here, I found this hammer. Is it yours?
Blessed Gerdor, I thought I'd never see it again. Thank you. The plan is to wait for a quiet moment, then bust out the back wall. We'll grab the Tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of bloody Moonrise will come down on us.
It's time. Let's do this.
Make it to Baldur's Gate! I must!
Boat's good to go. All that's left is to ship off. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea.
I'll come with you. I know a place called the Last Light Inn. You'll be safe there.
Safe? That's no small claim in these parts. Lead the damn way.
Drift through the dark until time, skill, or luck brings you to Last Light's dock.
Hold there! You can't just land and start unloading strangers. They're procedures, damn it! No one gets in without being tested. Commander Jahira's orders.
We just escaped the Absolute. These people need sanctuary, not procedures.
And they'll have it once we know they're free from infection. Here, form a line. Let's see if the Absolute's little pet recognizes any of you.
The Absolute's what? What are you doing?
It's safe, I promise.
If what you've said is true, no one has anything to fear. If not, well, we'll soon find out. Now, form a line. I'll not ask again. And you're clear. Welcome to Last Light.